All right, guys, I'll explain that. But first, intro. Preloaders and VI preloaders, welcome back to the channel. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. And as always, I want to let you guys know how proud I am of you. And I want you to continue doing what you're doing, practicing, staying positive, and sharing the knowledge. Each one, teach one. That's one of the components of Robert Simmons paying it forward. And it's part of being a preloader, all right? So again, guys, big ups to you all. I appreciate you all, all right? Just keep it up. For those of you that don't know who I am, first time here, my name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward, and the main purpose of this channel is me sharing my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit with you guys. And I focus primarily on slow speed motorcycle operation because that's the skill that most motorcycle riders lack. And when I say most, I mean most, the majority lack the ability or the skill to ride these motorcycles at slow speeds. And I want to help you guys with that. I want to help you not be intimidated by these motorcycles anymore. When you go slow, I want you to keep your feet up. I want you to be able to make right turns, left turns, and U-turns and not even think twice about it. I want it to be second nature. In other words, I want you to be the boss of your motorcycle. All right, I want to help you do that. Okay, and the way you're going to get there is you're going to practice. Okay, that's primarily what this channel is about. This channel is also about positivity, helping each other out, as you heard me say earlier. All right, it's a no judgment zone. That's what this channel is all about. That's what the Facebook group Preload and Keep It Loaded is about. That's what my Instagram account's about. In other words, anything associated with me has to be positive. And if it's not, go play for it here. So if you want to be a member of Preloader Nation, hit that subscribe button. Okay. And if you want to come out and practice with me, because I also do practice sessions on a weekly basis. Okay. That's free to my V.I.Preloaders. If that's something you're interested in, hit the join button right next to the subscribe button. And that'll give you a short video explaining to you what VI preloaders get. One of the perks that they do get is they get to come out and practice with me for free. Okay? All right, guys. So that's available to you. Check that out. I also offer private lessons if that's something you're interested in. Here's the website at the bottom of the screen. There's also a link for it in the description section. So guys, please check the description section. So much useful information in there for you. If you don't know what a preloader is or what preload means, the definition is in there. Okay? A lot of links in there. So please check out the description section. I also do product reviews on this channel. I give helpful tips, or at least what I think is helpful. And one of them is this. So I know you're like, what the hell was he doing? I'm sure some of you put it together. Now, I've done a video before on how do you pick up your motorcycle. And I remember I told you guys, for instance, right now the motorcycle is on its right side, right? So the first thing I want to do is make sure that the motorcycle is in gear, because you don't want it to be in neutral and then you start trying to pick it up and it might start rolling. All right, so it's in gear, it's in first gear, so check. Secondly, I want to make sure the motorcycle is off. Now, if you ride a CVO, you don't have to worry about this, because to start a CVO, it's just a button on the handlebar. Whereas every other motorcycle, you have this switch right here too. On this Road King, this is my 2019 Road King Special. On this Road King, it's right here. But if you have a Street Glide or a Road Glide or an Ultra, whatever, and if it's not a CVO, then the switch is up here near the handlebars. But you have to make sure that switch is off. You don't want any power on. Okay, you're going to see the hazard lights flashing. That's a tip thing. It's letting you know that the motorcycle is tipped over. And clearly this was done intentionally. That's why you see the rugs on the ground. This motorcycle has motorcycle drop guards. So of course I'm not concerned with it really, but why put unnecessary scrapes on it if I don't have to? So bam. Okay, so with the motorcycle tilted over on the right side, we made sure it was in first gear. We turned it off. Actually, the first thing should be turn it off. That's the first thing. Because sometimes when your motorcycle goes down, the wheel can still be spinning. Every motorcycle is not a Harley Davidson, all right? This is not just for Harley Davidsons, all right? But so step number one, let's say that's going to be make sure this motorcycle is turned off. And then we're going to make sure it's in first gear. And if it's tipped over on the right side, we're going to pull out the kickstand, right? Okay, so now kickstand's out. Now I remember in prior videos I told you guys, make sure you get nice and low here, right? Nice and low. You don't want your feet like this, too much pressure on your knees. I told you to get nice and low. I told you if you have it, grab an engine saddlebag guard, which you should have. And then I tell you to grab the handlebar and pull it in towards you, right? And I tell you to push up, right? Okay. Now that's the way I was taught to do it, and I've been doing it like that for years. So somebody sent me an interesting video. The Aruba Motorcycle Police Unit. They pick up these motorcycles a totally different way. I'm still practicing it. As a matter of fact, if you watch practice session number 31, a couple of people dropped their bikes and I said to them, please let me pick it up. And I tried this method and it works. It's so crazy. So if you have back issues or you don't feel like bending down and, you know, all of that kind of stuff, check this out. All right, so basically the technique is if the motorcycle is laying on the right side, you take your left hand and you put it on the right handlebar. Right? Just like this. See how my feet are? My right leg is back. My left leg is a little bit up. My knees are slightly bent. Then you take your right hand and you put it on this handlebar, on the left handlebar, okay? And what you're going to do, right? You're going to pull with your left hand and push with your right hand at the same time. What you're also going to do is make sure keep your back nice and straight and just pretty much walk forward, but you're going to push forward with your right leg. Your right leg is the leg in the back. And at the same time, you're going to use your left leg too. So you're doing a bunch of things simultaneously. Now you have to do them simultaneously to make this easy. Clearly, I'm not going to just try to do like this with my arms. See, nothing's going to happen. But again, pulling, pushing, and the legs at the same time. Isn't that crazy? All of this bending down stuff, and I got to tell you guys, it's easier too. Believe it or not, it's easier too if you do it at the same time. Okay, now I'm gonna put the motorcycle. I'm gonna lay it on the other side, and we're gonna do it that way. Okay, now motorcycle on the left side, and I also want to point out this is definitely one of the reasons why I say that you should have saddlebag guards on top of engine guards. Okay, of course, to me, without it, it actually looks naked. Some people think they don't like the way it looks, so that's why they don't get it. But it does its job. It protects your motorcycle in case it tips over, okay? All right, and we all know it doesn't have to be a crash. It could just be a tip over, you know? And if you have a motorcycle with a paint, like especially a CVO, where it's like a special paint, just a tip over can cost you a good amount of money. So to me, it just makes sense. Anyway, we're on the left side. So once again, step number one, we're gonna make sure the motorcycle is off. It is. The hazard lights are on because it's because of a tip. Once we upright the motorcycle, we'll be able to take care of that tip. You're not going to be able to take care of the tip while the motorcycle is still tipped over. Okay, so we made sure the motorcycle's off. I know it's in first gear. That's step two. Make sure the motorcycle's in first gear. Now, we can't put the kickstand down, obviously, because the motorcycle is lying on the left side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our right hand and grab the left handlebar. And then we're going to take our left hand and put it on the right handlebar, okay? And the same thing. See how my body is? One leg behind the other, trying to keep my back as straight as possible. And what we're going to do is simultaneously, just like we did before, we're going to pull up with our right hand. We're going to push with our left hand, and with our legs, move forward. Basically, we're trying to walk forward, like we're trying to walk through this motorcycle, okay? So you can count it off when you're doing this in your head. I'm going to count it off out loud. Remember, everything simultaneously. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, now once you get it up, straighten out the handlebars. That's going to make it a little bit easier to get this kickstand down. And we're good. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's so easy, right? It's so easy. So I definitely want you guys to practice this with your motorcycle. When I say practice this, put something down so you don't have to worry about anything. Because if you're by yourself, if you're one of these people that's by yourself, and one of your fears is, if I drop this, I'm not going to be able to pick it up. You'll be able to pick it up just fine. You know what? I'm going to do the other side one more time. All right, guys. We got Blaze out here now. Now, Blaze is definitely heavier than the Road King. By how much? I don't know. Maybe 100 pounds, maybe more. Either way, the way you pick up Blaze, the way I picked up Blaze, because I've picked up Blaze. I dropped Blaze when I was doing a private lesson with my pop. Well, I was supposed to put the kickstand down first, and I didn't. But I picked it up the way I always knew how to pick it up, which is getting down low, grabbing the handlebars, you know, all the stuff I told you about. But for me, those days are over. Okay, let's apply the same thing. Again, this is a CVO, so I don't have to make sure it's off because it's off, right? This is a switch. Make sure it's in first gear. I know it's in first gear, but I'm going to make sure anyway. Okay. Then I'm going to put the kickstand down. Why didn't I do that when I was on that side? Because I forgot. Okay, so yeah, step number 3 is put the kickstand down if the motorcycle's on the right side. So now I'm going to take my left hand and grab the right handlebar, the right side of the handlebar, the right grip, I should say. The right hand's going to go on the left, okay? And realize my hand is not like this, grabbing the handlebar. My hand is like this, because I'm going to be pushing, right? I can still grab it, but I'm going to be pushing. I'm going to put one leg behind the other. And simultaneously, remember, I want to walk through this motorcycle. At the same time, I'm pushing with my right hand and pulling with my left. You do them all at the same time, it's going to help out big time. All right, so you can count it out in your head if you want to. I'm going to count it out loud. And we're going to walk through this motorcycle. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now, if anybody would have told me that was possible, I would have told them, no, you're crazy. But now, of course, it's a little bit more difficult than with the Road King, but clearly you can see it's possible, right? And the key to that, again, I've seen people try to pick up these motorcycles, like the motorcycle will fall while they're still on it, and I've seen them try to bring it back up like this. Now, all you're using is your arms. In this case, same thing. If you just try to do this using your arms, it's not going to work. Now, if you're a strong man, like somebody that's excessively strong, okay, anything's possible. But for the average person, just trying to use your arms to upright this motorcycle, not going to work. Putting your hands on the handlebars and just trying to use your legs, not going to work. But if you use all 3 of these things simultaneously, yes, I've shown you, it's going to work. And this is my heaviest motorcycle, so if I did it with this motorcycle, I know I can do it with any of the other ones, right? So, all right, guys, I hope this helped you out. Again, I want you to practice this. Don't worry about laying your motorcycle. Now, this motorcycle doesn't have motorcycle drop guards or anything, so no issues. It's got engine guards and saddlebag guards, and that's what was resting on the rugs on the ground. So everything is cool. No scratches. The other side has scratches, but that's from a previous thing. Let me show you guys one more thing. So I noticed 2 things when my Road King was on its side. The first thing I noticed is the lights, the LED lights that are under the motorcycle that I don't have a remote to, so I can never cut them on. So of course that's annoying to me whenever I see them. So that's the first thing I noticed. Matter of fact, here's one of them right here. So nothing I can do about that. But the second thing I noticed was my Figurati swing arm covers. Love these things. If you guys don't have these on your motorcycle yet, and you're still rocking the plastic cover, as a matter of fact, that Blaze still has, because I haven't put it on yet. If you're still rocking that, oh no, you don't want that. Nobody wants this. Okay, so if you're still rocking that, get over to my website, go down to where it says Figurati Designs, click on it, okay? If you use the code PRELOADER, free shipping, okay? So get rid of that ugly plastic crap that does not protect anything. This is jewelry grade stuff for your motorcycle that not only looks good, but it also protects it, doesn't let moisture get in there. Because when moisture gets in there over time, it will cause rust. And people don't even know about that. They won't even check it. So when you get a chance, go to my website, click on the Figurati Designs, and just check out, peruse the stuff that they have, because there's a lot of stuff that they have, and there's a lot more stuff coming. And as a matter of fact, I got a surprise for you guys coming too. All right, guys? All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. I hope this helped you out. So Violet and Angel, they were both confused. They thought they pissed me off. They didn't understand why I was bringing them out here and just putting them down on the ground. But they understand that that's part of practicing. You know, this is still practice. So we don't just practice riding slow. We practice things, anything that we feel like we're going to have to do, we want to practice it, okay? So like I said, guys, practice this. And remember, it's so important that if you do this, make sure you do all three at the same time. That's what I mean when I say you have to practice, because you might be saying I'm going to do all three at the same time, and then when you go to execute it, you do your arms and you really don't do your legs, and that's how we pull stuff, okay? All right, guys, again, hope this helped you out. If it did, if you like what I'm doing here, please hit that subscribe button. So important, guys. I never knew how important it was, or how relevant it was, or how many people don't do it until you actually start getting into this stuff and realizing, wow, you know, it's a lot of people watching, not a lot of people subscribed in comparison. All right, so please hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel. Something you only have to do once. You don't have to worry about it anymore. All right? All right, guys. Spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. As I always tell you guys, I know there's anything you could be doing with your time. The fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I definitely appreciate that. I want to remind you guys about the anniversary ride coming up November 6th. It's a group ride and a lunch. Okay? If you're interested in that, hit the email address on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Let me know you're interested in coming out and riding, and I'll send you all the relevant information and have you come out here and ride with us, right? It should be a great time. I want to acknowledge my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there, guys. Know that you're appreciated. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol, particularly Highway 1, because that's where I worked, and the Highway District, because that's where the school is. That's who taught me how to ride these motorcycles the way I ride them. But guys, the journey did not end there for me. It just takes continual practice. Okay, it's a perishable skill. You have to stay on top of it. Okay, not crazy. I don't want you guys to think I'm saying you should be practicing every day, but it's something you have to do with consistency, okay, and with the right mindset. All right, so again, practice, 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 guys. Preload and keep it loaded, and practice, 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 guys, because practice breeds confidence, and a confident rider is not only a safer rider, but a rider that's going to enjoy riding their motorcycle that much more. Riding fast is fun. I need you guys to have just as much fun riding slow. Until next time, guys.